Hello, I'm Richard Duncan from the R.L. Mace Universal Design Institute in Asheville, North Carolina. In our first two videos, we reviewed the challenges that traditional homes we live in pose for older adults, and we discussed many of the universal and age-friendly design features that can make a big difference in our home safety, our ability to safely stay in our homes and neighborhoods, and our ability to maintain the lifestyle that we choose as we age. This video will take a look at the many advantages that are conveyed by living in a universally designed home, including the areas of physical and mental health, safety, cost savings, as well as lifestyle. We'll also touch on community benefits, such as reduced reliance on emergency services and home-delivered meals, the broad beneficiary groups of universally designed housing, as well as some of the challenges that prevent more universal housing from being built. We know that universal homes look good and work well. Universal features work well for us every day, and during certain times in our lives really shine. Health and wellness benefits are some of the major positive outcomes to living in a universal home. And we all want to stay healthy and active for as long as possible. Our homes can play an important role in helping make that goal a reality. The first example I'll give here is about returning home after a medical need. Inevitably, most older adults will end up in some sort of healthcare setting at some point in their lives, even if just for a short time. We know that most of us want to leave healthcare settings as soon as possible, though. We also know that most of us recover more quickly in our home environment. A universally designed home allows this to happen without expensive last-minute renovations or major home accessory purchases. We can return home faster and cut down on returns to hospital settings because the house is more accommodating and safer. For example, no climbing stairs to get in, no climbing stairs to get to a bedroom. We don't have to camp out in a living room or a den, a more usable bathroom, and so on. A good amount of the focus on improved health outcomes for older adults revolves around our physical health. And this is appropriate because it's a big deal that we don't fall as often, that we don't need to go to the emergency room as often, that our home doesn't put us in danger from things like falling or dropping hot soup bowls on our heads out of a high microwave, or because our home has particular features such as stairs everywhere or bathrooms that don't allow maneuvering or allow for the provision of caregivers to assist. Eliminating these hazards means fewer visits to the doctor, fewer visits to the emergency room, with lower health care and hospitalization and rehabilitation costs as a result. Another cause of injuries in homes is less well recognized. It stems from the fact that in so many two-person households, we have two older adults living together, and especially in cases where a smaller partner is helping a larger partner. A fall by one of them may produce a fall or back or knee injury with the other. So there's this double benefit in these two-person households where you can prevent injuries in not one but both adults as a result of age-friendly and universal features. We believe more accommodating home design plays a major role in the mental health outcomes of older adults as well. Universal homes help us maintain our activities that have meaning and purpose for us, maintaining our lifestyle for as long as possible, and maintaining our ability to continue our daily and weekly activities that matter to us, such as cooking or inviting friends over. Even something real basic like better lighting also allows us to enjoy reading or doing crossword puzzle or even a hobby like knitting. Or how about gardening? For example, we're going to be gardening far less if we can't get in and out of our house to get to our rose garden or flower bed, or if we find ourselves waiting on somebody else's schedule to help us. And we might be putting ourselves in danger also by using unsafe stairs to access a front or backyard or garden tools stored in the basement. Remember, smooth, even pathways to our gardening areas are a real plus too. A useful age-friendly gardening adaptation might be to add raised bed gardening in some areas around the house. This helps avoid the bending and kneeling that can sometimes be such a challenge. Raised bed gardens can also be used if you need to sit. So an unhelpful home design can contribute to diminishing the amount of time that we do the things that matter to us and can make us reliant on others years prematurely. A home with universal features can also have a positive financial impact on a household in many areas, from less time needed for paid caregivers to delaying moves into assisted living facilities to bumping up resale value. On the caregiving front, universal homes often mean fewer hours of paid caregiving because people can get out of bed now as a result of having the right kind of assist bars, because people can use the toilet or bathe independently and safely as a result of different bathroom configurations that allow use of mobility equipment near and around toilets, and because showers or tubs are able to be accessed in and out in a safe manner. Another piece of this discussion on caregiver cost savings is based on the reality that much home care for older adults is provided by unpaid caregivers. We know that on many occasions, family members have to take unpaid time off of work in order to provide this regular care for their loved ones. These caregiving hours can be reduced in the occasions where the older adult is living in an age-friendly home, which results in less caregiving time and less income lost by the caregiver. Living in an age-friendly and universally designed home will allow a lot of us to delay moves to care settings of various kinds, which can be very costly. And so if we delay a move to an expensive care setting for months or years, we're saving a lot of money, $50,000 or even $100,000 a year. And don't forget, this delay has the added benefit of allowing us to remain in the place most of us desire to stay anyway, our own home. Universal features will add value to the home in the future too. Given the aging demographics of the nation, it's likely that homes with universal and age-friendly features will be in greater demand each year. Because when you think about it, the next buyer of your house is much more likely to be a household with older adults or households that are thinking about accommodating an older adult in the home. And realtors tell us all the time that when clients ask for age-friendly homes, they have few options to offer. So their clients have to settle for homes with just a few features, lacking either a step-free entrance or an important element such as a bathroom that's safe for an older person. The facts on the ground are that if we remodel for safety and accessibility, too many of us remodel at the last minute. We need to add a ramp now. This can either result in very costly renovations or ugly ones, or both. It is cheaper and better to build in these features to a new home or to remodel in advance. The best time to add age-friendly features to an existing home is when you're renovating a home or part of your home for other reasons, and in advance of a particular emergency need. So if you're making the big kitchen renovation, why not add age-friendly features at that time with little or no extra cost? If you're considering an addition to your home or adding a master bedroom on the first floor, why not make sure that this addition is age-friendly? Or if you're redoing the landscaping in the front of your house and you have the opportunity, why not create a step-free entrance from the garage, sidewalk, or the driveway all the way up to the front porch and then in through the house? On each of these occasions, the added cost of the age-friendly component of these major projects is modest compared with the cost of the overall renovation and compared to the monthly or annual costs of the congregate care settings we mentioned earlier. While you might be tempted to think of the universal features as optional, they are in essence an investment in your future longevity. The next major area where UD Homes can help us is in the realm of lifestyle benefits, which are the things that happen every day that we value, that we'd like to maintain or preserve, or maybe regain. Universal Homes can help us maintain our lifestyle for years longer than would otherwise be possible, letting us choose if and when we need help with daily tasks. Maintaining social connections is a huge benefit of age-friendly housing. The tendency for social isolation as we grow older can be exacerbated by the traditional home features that we've described. If we're limited in our ability to leave our homes easily or safely, or on our own time frame, our visits to others may be compromised. And in fact, friends or family who might have once visited us regularly may have their own issues with getting into our homes that have stairs at all the entrances. So even hosting friends and family may become hard. A more age-friendly home environment can maintain our family and community connections longer and can enhance them over time. Community-provided home care services and local budgets can be reduced by better home design. The budgets of local governments can be affected by the presence of a lot of older adults in your community living in traditional housing, causing the household problems that we've mentioned. Money can be saved due to fewer home-delivered meals because people can use their kitchens more easily or get out of their house to go shopping. We can see fewer hours of paid caregiving and housekeeping and in-home health services. Emergency medical technicians will be needed for fewer home calls, especially the regular or frequent calls, for avoidable falls and assistance getting in and out of the house. Transportation services may not be needed to physically assist people getting in and out of the home. The saved funds can then be used to assist those households that are most in need. A local jurisdiction may also find a benefit in retaining valued older residents and maintaining neighborhood continuity, especially if the older residents are living in homes that support their lives properly. Older adults who've been in their homes over longer periods contribute to their communities by paying consistent property taxes, spending consistently in local retail stores, and generally contributing to the economic well-being of their cities and towns. Universal homes are appealing to households of any age. We pointed out some of the lifelong advantages. The broad utility and appeal of universal housing is why we think that universal housing has a real chance of proliferating. This, we hope, will contribute to the increased production of universal housing over time. And if older adults in particular find immediate utility in these kinds of homes, so much the better. Our focus here is older adults, of course, but beneficiaries include those who are able-bodied or persons with a health problem that limits their ability to move around easily or function well, persons with a temporary or permanent disability of any age, children and adults as well. Or for a couple of years, like when you have young children and are taking them around in a stroller. Think of how much easier it is to roll strollers directly up onto the porch using an easy step-free route instead of having to wrestle those items upstairs. Or consider women in the late stages of pregnancy. They have differences in stamina, balance, and the ability to bend and reach. Many would welcome handrails on stairs, easy reach storage, and safe ways to bathe. All these elements come into play in multi-generational families too. If universal and age-friendly homes are as great as we say they are, and they are, why isn't everyone building them? And why aren't we all demanding renovations that includes age-friendly features? Why is this? The short answer is that insufficient number of home seekers are acting in the marketplace, voting with their dollars, right, to change the behavior and design standards of newly built homes. While we see evidence that the demand for new universally designed homes is slowly increasing, we don't see enough deep and broad demand in this housing sector that could dramatically affect the way homes are being built in most parts of the country. This lack of demand results in a lack of industry preparedness. Why should builders bother understanding universal design and age-friendly when very few customers are asking for it? Why bother if no one is losing sales to another universal builder? Clearly, part of the answer is to get home services consumers to ask for more age-friendly features and to prepare the industry to respond effectively. All of us have to get smarter about our retirement planning and housing choices, and our realtors, builders, including affordable home builders, and remodelers need to get educated about how to respond to the housing needs of our aging society. In this video, we reviewed the advantages that are conveyed by living in a universally designed home, including health, safety, cost savings, and lifestyle benefits, as well as benefits that accrue to your community. We explained how UD has broad beneficiary groups with all ages and all abilities, and some of the challenges that prevent more universal housing from being built. I hope that we've made the case for building and renovating more universal homes, which are also age-friendly, to accommodate older Americans and their families of all ages, so we can successfully age in place and age in our communities. There are many resources that can get you started on the path toward making your home a better fit for you.